Alright guys, I know that originally I said I was going to build the deadbolt, and I started working on that, and then I started not feeling so well, and parts were not really working out so well. I had some fitment issues. I got to file down some aluminum parts that I ordered, and I, again, have not been feeling well, so I'm really just not going to go out to the garage and stand out there and file parts down. So I've been kind of messing around with some other stuff. Meanwhile, today is Wednesday, so that means Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. For 5 days now, I've been kind of trapped in the house, and I can't even leave till Friday. So, yeah. But I have been playing with some other stuff that I've had behind the scenes that I've been kind of sitting on waiting to get into. I've already started ordering some parts, so I'd like to tell you guys about that. And before I get too far into that stuff, that I don't end up recording anything and it's all done and over with, and I don't have any of that stuff footage for you, I figured I'd start shooting something to talk about that. Rather than just keep rambling on, I will just go ahead and tell you I'm coming up with a build series I'm thinking about doing. The SMT10. I've had this thing for a while. I dyed the chassis. It was originally a Gravedigger. I clear coated it, and the clear coat's all peeling off. Looks like a hot mess, but it still runs fine. So my thought was take this truck and put it up head to head against an LMT. I've seen on a lot of other people's channels, they've declared this truck the winner right out the gate. I mean, they don't even have any electronics in it. They don't have it put together yet, and they're already saying this is the truck. This is the truck to grip. This is the truck you can't beat. This is the one. I'm like, well, how do you know? You don't even have it together yet. You don't have any electronics in it yet, and you're already declaring a winner. For the price of one of these, you could literally get 2 of the builder kit SMT10s, and I can't fathom it. It's just, okay, fine, maybe it is a better truck, but let's really find out. If you put the same amount of money into the SMT10 as you did this truck here, is it really the clear winner? So that's what we're going to find out. We're going to put them head to head against each other, and we're going to even the playing field. We're going to make it a fair fight. So whatever the SMT10 is lacking, if it is, we're going to fix those issues. Whatever the LMT is lacking, if it is, we're going to even that. We're going to even them out. So, and at the end of all of it, we're going to see the total cost it took to make the trucks even. You know what I mean? So if the SMT10 is lacking, we're going to build it all up, add up how much it costs to get it there, and then we're going to see if it really is clearly the winner, the LMT. Because like I said, the LMT is double the price of a builder's kit. This builder's kit, I believe, are going for like $199. The LMT builder's roller is like $399. It's double the price. So that means we've got room to play. We've got room to even that playing field. Already, this like I said, this truck's been run. It's been beaten. We obviously know there's a tire issue. The tires don't match up. That doesn't make a fair fight. So we're going to even that out. I ordered these a long time ago for this truck. This truck's been sitting. I've been picking up stuff here and there, and just haven't really gotten around to doing it, and haven't gotten motivated to do it. But after seeing these videos constantly, the LMT is just the biggest, baddest truck out there. Oh, blah, blah, blah. How do we know? I mean, has anyone actually evened the playing field completely? And what I mean by even the playing field completely, yep, they're both going to have the same motor, the same speed controller. We're going to even everything out as much as we can. We're going to be running the same size tires, and we're going to put them up head to head. Like I said, wherever anything seems to be falling behind, we're going to even that out. Already I can tell you, the SMT10 comes with plastic links, and I have bent this one already. This has got quite the kink in it now. I just noticed from looking at it the other night. Well, we'll even that out. We're going to fix that too. And then I'm going to add up the total cost of getting this to where the LMT is, and then we're going to put them against each other, and then whatever parts start failing, we're going to fix them. We're going to add that onto the total price of everything, and we're going to see who has the best bang for the buck. And is the LMT10 really better than the SMT10? Excuse me, did I say LMT10? If the LMT is really better than the SMT10. So we'll see who performs better, what it takes to get there, and all that good stuff. So let's see. Unfortunately, to save on costs, I had to steal the speed controller out of the Yeti. So the Yeti will be retired for a while. I did order another speed controller to the exact same speed controller as that one, which is a Dynamite Fuse, DNY 1616 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But it'll handle from 2S to 4S, and it puts out 130 amps. So it should be plenty. I wasn't going to get the Spectrum speed controllers. They're expensive, and I already had one, and I want these to be evenly matched as possible. So they're going to get the same stuff, other than, like, you know, a servo and stuff like that I don't think is going to necessarily give anyone the advantage. Unless for some reason I start seeing that there's a steering issue, then we'll address that. But all in all, we're going to even it out. So when I say that we're going to add up the price of things and even everything out, I'm not going to include body, because both of them are going to need a body. I'm not going to include the price of motors, because both of them are going to need motors. I'm not going to include the price of speed controllers, because both of them are going to need speed controllers, servos, radios, the whole 9 yards. I am going to add this on top of the price of the SMT10, because it doesn't come with tires. It does come with rim. This is not a builder's kit, obviously, but it comes with these little guys here, and that's just not going to cut it. It's a monster truck, right? I mean, this might be a monster truck tire for a crawler, but it ain't a monster truck tire for a monster truck. So we're going to add the cost of rims and tires onto the total cost of this kit, because that is, the SMT10 already comes with the larger rims and tires, so it does have an advantage there. It does have the LMT has the metal lower links, so we're going to be throwing those on here, and I have to add the cost of that on. But like I said, we're going to make it as fair as possible. We're going to add up the cost of getting them in an even playing field, and then we'll go from there. I did order a body for this. It's not here yet. So I'm only going to get so much into this and get into that, but I can put the motor in. I'm going to be using the Yeti speed controller in this truck because it's already a little dingy and dirty, and so is that speed controller. I guess the LMT is going to get the brand new stuff. They both have brand new motors. I do have brand new rims and tires for this truck. We're going to be throwing on there. I already did some mock-up. Here's the transmission out of the SMT10. This is a Fuse 3800 kV, which I figured was going to be way too much motor for both trucks. I really don't want them to be silly fast. I'm not going to be doing skate parks and stuff like that with these trucks. I've never seen a monster truck jump as high as a skyscraper, so I don't think that's quite necessary. That's not what we're going for. We're going for competition. Who's the biggest, baddest? Somewhat scale. Somewhat. Still not going to be scale, because even with these motors, they're going to be running faster than any real monster truck ever would. These are the 3150s. These are the same motors that would normally come in the LMT RTR. The only reason I went with these motors, I was searching around forever looking at different motors. I knew that I wanted 550 motors, and I actually wanted a lower kV, but the prices started to jump up for some weird reason until you got into the higher KVs, and I didn't want a higher KV. I didn't even want to go as high as a 3150, but for the price, I had to. The only other option was a Reedy motor, and I'm not really familiar with the Reedy brushless motors. I'm not really familiar with the Spectrums, but I figured on the same note, this would also help with those guys who do buy the RTR kits, so they have a comparison. Okay, well, this is what my RTR does, and this guy threw it in a SMT10, and now it's doing this. So I figured it'd be a good way to keep everything somewhat balanced, and people to have a reference of what they're to go off of, rather than if I ran some wild motor that no one's ever heard of. How do they know, you know? So rather than me babble on, I'll go into some of the stuff that I've done to the LMT already, which honestly hasn't been a whole lot. The LMT, obviously, I started cutting out the body and getting it ready to be fabbed in here and situated. I went with the Raptor body, and funny enough, I ordered the exact same body for the SMT10 so that no one could say, well, that body weighs more, or this body weighs less. No advantages here, okay? So the reason I picked this body, which is for the Revo actually, the E-Max I believe, or something Max, and then Savage or Savix, or I don't know, something like that. I had the actual JC Concepts bodies in my hands, and I almost bought one until I picked this up and felt how much thicker this Lexan was, and that's why I chose to go with this body. I ended up getting the exact same body. I thought about doing a Chevy versus Ford deal, and then I came across a Dodge, the Rebel Dodge truck that was for the Revo as well, and I figured how awesome would it be to put the Rebel up against the Raptor, back ordered, cost more, so I just bought the same body again. So that's what we did here. But with this, one of the things I really do already like, I must admit, is that the easy access lifted up. The SMT10 is not going to have that same access as easily. I'm probably going to have to cut the rear up pretty bad to have access to the battery. But that's what we're here to find out. And on that note, I already cut this one up pretty bad. I cut this up way all the way up here to the Ford emblem because it hits, and even with cutting all that out, it still hits, and I just didn't want to cut the entire tailgate off this truck. So that gives me enough access. I can do a battery swap. I can do anything I have to do in here. It's not a big deal to me. It's not secure on there. I literally have 2 screws holding this on right now. It was just for mock-up. I drilled out all of these, and they do push in. I didn't find anywhere. I wasn't sure how these all worked. I couldn't find anything when searching at how these buttons work. So I ended up just drilling them the actual size of the buttons, and they pushed in hard enough to where they snap in and they don't come out. So that worked out perfect for me. And once I put the spacers in and screw them all down, which I'm not going to do until I paint this body. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Until I paint it, I'm not going to obviously set this all up. So, but that's that for now. I'm going to start actually slapping some of this SMT stuff together. Since I already have everything for this truck, it was a running truck, I'm going to use the same radio setup, same servo. I have the motor now, so I'm going to put the motor in the transmission, change out the lower links. I don't have tire glue. I'm not allowed to leave to go get tire glue, so I'm going to have to wait or order some. I think I'll just wait. Servo on the LMT, I already have one. I took it out of a crawler. It was actually a Spectrum servo. It's probably not going to be strong enough, but that's what I have for now, so we're going to run that. Alright, so I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ramble on, and who knows about how much of this I'll edit out. Maybe all of it. Maybe this will never make it to YouTube at all. I don't know. But that's that. I'm going to start working on this, and then show you where I get from there. So that being said, it's already been mocked up. I know a 550 will work in here. I have all the clearances. I'm going to go ahead and put that motor in, which is right here. That's the guy we're going to be using. Alright, well, you don't have to watch me do that. I will do this all real quick and then get the truck set up. I'll probably throw lower links on. I'm sure you guys know how to do that stuff. Again, I can't do the tires because I don't have glue. But we'll get this truck set up for the most part and see how she is. I'll be back in a little while, guys.